Coming from humble beginnings, I didn't have the things that I wanted, but I was definitely thankful for what I did have. I just knew that I had to work extremely hard if I wanted to get myself to a level where I could provide those things for myself. Growing up in a small town like this was quite amazing. Population of approximately 5,000, so everybody knows you.
In Adairsville, our community is very small, and the Beasley family has been very special to this community.
My grandmother stays right there, still stays right there. That's the house I grew up in. That's where we used to have a basketball goal. Yeah, we used to call it the Dust Bowl. We used to play basketball up there. Man, about every day. I wouldn't even go in the house when I get out of school, like take my clean clothes off. I just go up there and play. Coach Norman, he's a friend and a mentor. Whenever I feel like my mind's getting sidetracked, he has that ability to bring me back to earth, and still he's a good friend.
He knew I coached his dad, and then when he shows up at 7, 8 years old and to playing, pee-wee football, immediately, I realized he was better than most of the young men on the team. And of course, I made him a running back. How's that feel, Vic?
There it is. That's special, man. It does something to the heart right there. But so, man, like I said, the love and support around this community, around this city, is just unreal.
He knows he wants to help people in need, and that's why we started the Brighter Days Foundation. And we didn't want to kind of put it in a box. We wanted to be able to help different groups, and we designed it that way.
Vic is so involved in our community, and he's still so attached to the high school.
We started out in just brainstorming about things that he could do and how he could give back, and when he became an NFL player with the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm gonna be helping out the incarcerated. That's when, obviously my stuff with the camps and stuff like that, definitely centered around that.
He's becoming very knowledgeable about people that are in need and how he can help them. He wanted to immediately have a football camp, and what was unique, first thing he told me, he's a coach, when we put this together, he said, I don't want to charge any of the young men anything.
It's a free day camp that kids can come and experience some football drills.
We usually average between 200 and 300 kids on that Saturday. Vic being the person he is, after the camp's over, he will sit here and sign autographs and take pictures until the last person's done.
More than anything, I want to see kids achieve their dreams. For me, that's the reason why I do my free camp. At the end of the day, I want to see kids achieve their life dream.
Vic loves basketball.
He wanted to do a basketball tournament, but he wanted to do it for the adults.
Vic takes care of every expense, so any money we make goes directly back into our local school programs.
This is our locker room. This was actually Vic's locker when he played here in high school.
And then, of course, he sponsors a lot of things here at the high school, not only scholarships, but he bought uniforms for the team.
He was gracious and kind enough to donate these jerseys. Chose number 44 because that's what he wears now. We knew that our uniforms were in their latter years, and we needed to start thinking about replacing the uniforms. To do something like that would have been a 7, 8 year kind of process for us to fundraise that much money, and Vic just kind of stepped up and said, get quotes for it, let me know what they are, and we'll see what we can do.
For me, parents who don't have the funds maybe to send their child to college, I feel like that extra helping hand could be a motivation to them as far as going to college.
It's called the Vic Beasley Senior Scholarship in memory of his father. It's not necessarily a football player, but it's a kid who demonstrates character, leadership, and faith while on our campus, and they do receive a $1,000 scholarship towards their post-secondary education.
I received the Vic Beasley Scholarship last year. I used it to get a laptop that I didn't know how I was going to be able to afford without it. And without it, I wouldn't be able to get the laptop or the other supplies that I needed.
So he's given back in many, many ways, and there's other things that we're trying to do with his foundation. A lot of people don't know this, but he's supporting 10 Nicaraguan children to go to school.
So I try to go over there once a year and see the kids that I sponsor. It taught me really not to complain, as oftentimes I complain about certain little things, but when after you leave that place, you will feel like it's a sin to complain, take life for granted when you see the situations that they live in. Look back on things that people said to me, the words that have encouraged me. Even when times when I lost my brother, I lost my uncle, I lost my dad, all in the 3-year span, just looking back on words that previously encouraged me, helped push me through times like that.
Everybody knows how good of a football player he is, but I wonder how many people know how good of a person he is, how good of a man he is, and the way he leads his life.
I would like this community to describe me as a guy who basically left a mark, whereas I want my son or my daughter to not necessarily be like him, but walk in the light that he walked in.